Hi everybody. This week I've been in my personal practice and in my classes been working at Grasshopper Pose. So I thought I would show you a few of the tricks and alignment things that might help you get into this pose as a new arm balance. So this pose requires that you have fairly warmed up knees, hips, twisty spine. So it's really nice to do after a hip opener or twisted program. So we're going to start off by just warming up a little bit. So taking that right leg over onto the outside of the left leg, we're just going to extend that spine up, creating space, and then take that right hand behind us, taking the left hand to the ceiling and using it as a lever to get that twist to look over the back shoulder. On every inhalation, sitting up a little bit straighter, moving those vertebrae away from vertebrae, and on every exhalation, twisting to look over the back shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. One more inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. And then looking over the front shoulder and release. We then are going to take that leg angle here on top of the thigh. So normally when we do a figure of four pose, we take the foot over to the side. But what we want to do now is you want to place that foot on your thigh. So that if you took a knife and you chopped it down the side, you wouldn't chop off your foot. And then from here, we're going to bend that straight leg and just bring it in, take a few breaths. It's quite an intense stretch onto that knee that's bent out to the side, sitting up nice and straight, interlacing the fingers over the front knee and just feeling that nice stretch over the hip, over the knee of the right leg, and maybe bring it in a little bit more. And then loosening up that fold a little bit more. And then we're going to take that left hand behind us, getting that stretch again. And we're going to take the right hand into the sole of the right foot and use it as a bit of a stretch. And then joining palm to palm, you're going to twist again. Looking over the front and release. Taking that left foot on the outside of the right leg, interlacing the fingers over the knee, sitting up nice and straight, and taking that left hand behind you, right hand to the ceiling, using it as a lever to get that nice stretch, looking over the back shoulder. Inhale, sitting up straighter, creating space. Exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale. And one more inhalation as you lengthen the spine. Exhale as you twist. And then looking over the front and release. Taking that left leg onto the left thigh, just above the knee but not on top of the knee, flush with the outside of your thigh, so that if you took a knife and chopped down the side of your thigh, you wouldn't chop off your foot. And then bending that foot. I have quite a tight knee on this side, so I'm not as flexible, but just sitting there for a second, letting that knee and hip open up, creating space in that spine, nice straight spine, open chest, sternum lifted, And if you take a few moments to just sit here, you find that whatever's tight does start to open up. And then taking that right hand behind you, extending that spine up, taking that left hand to the sole of the left foot, getting that stretch, starting to create a bit of muscle memory about what we're going to work into. And you can take palm to palm and get that stretch again. And looking over the front and release. And then before we go into the full grasshopper, while we're here, we may as well do the baby grasshopper. So you're going to take that foot, the right foot over the left. You've got your toes facing forward, so they are perpendicular to the straight leg. You're then going to take that left hand, so that if you were going into an arm balance, your hands would be shoulder distance apart. But now your right hand is replaced by your right foot. So you might want to shift slightly over on your hip. So fingers facing forward, toes facing forward. We're going to create space. Take that right hand to grab hold on the toe side. Now you can either keep your hand here or you can go into your forearm, whichever feels better for you. And then we're going to move that weight forward and we're going to lift up and lift that foot up into baby grasshopper. And then we can go across to the other side. So you've got that foot, and then taking your foot at 90-degree angle to your leg, hand shoulder distance apart, shifting over, creating space in front of that bent leg, grabbing hold of baby toe side, and then either on forearm or on hand, you can lift up into baby grasshopper. Quite nice if you pause this video and play with it and take your time. It's the joys of doing a YouTube tutorial, is that you can pause and play as you go. So then coming up into a standard position, if we were doing Paravita Bakasan, which we do in class often, you would be either standing on a block or on the mat. You would twist, 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 take your hands out to the side, hands shoulder distance apart. You're going to move your shoulders forward so that your arms are at 90 degrees and up you come. So we all should know that one quite easily. Now for grasshopper, what we're going to do is we're going to take that weight into the left foot. We're going to take the right leg and we're going to bend it like we've been doing when we were sitting, so that that weight is evenly distributed on the sole of the standing foot. The foot of the bent leg is flush. If you have it sticking out to the side, you've got to bend that much further, or twist that much further to get to that foot. If it's flush with the leg, you don't have to bend that far. And then we're just going to go down onto our haunches, take our tailbone to the foot, use our hands to balance, and then we're going to twist to the side, just like we do before. But now I'm taking that sole of the foot onto my upper arm, bending forward at 90 degrees, standing on that bent arm, and out the leg comes. You can either take the leg out to the side or you can take out the leg behind you, whatever feels good. If you can get the bent leg high up on your arm, the straight leg you can also rest on that arm, which is a slight little hack. So you can either take the straight leg out behind you, resting on the bent arm, or free of the bent arm is the ultimate position. So taking it to the other side, taking the weight onto that left foot, bending the right leg up, placing it on the thigh, flush to the side of the leg, And the hardest part is coming down into the squat. And you'll find that when you come down, there's a point that's really hard, and then once you're down, it's quite easy. So don't be too nervous, just drop. And then getting that twist, taking your hands out to the side, shoulder distance apart, standing on that bent arm, and out the leg comes. On this side, my knee is not so flexible, so I find it a bit harder. So you can pause the video again and play with that, and then we're going to go into the final version of getting into Grasshopper Pose. Awesome. So, getting into Grasshopper Pose from a standing position, you're going to take the weight into that right leg, spread the toes, evenly distribute the weight, and then bring the left leg up so that you're placing the left foot on the thigh, foot parallel to the outer edge of the thigh, or flush with it, hands into Namaste. Bending that standing leg slightly. This is as far as you can get. It's an awesome quad workout. Otherwise, we're going to take that left arm into the left sole of the foot, bending forward, and out the leg comes. So it's very, very similar to flying pigeon. You're just getting a twist in with it. So going over to the other side, which is not my greatest side. You go this way, so I've got some space. We're going to take that right leg, bend it, place it on top of the left leg, hands into Namaste. Squatting down slightly, we're going to get that twist. We're going to take up arm into the sole of the foot, and then literally just stand on that side. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and I hope you all work on it.